Good, happy Monday morning, November 16, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Monday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. It's time to rise and shine and get this Monday morning off to a good start. So grab that cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy this Monday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. We have a lot of stuff we're going to talk about today on The Morning Show with Riley King, so let's begin. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. My weekend was good. First up, we're going to begin with the COVID-19 dashboard from Johns Hopkins University. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that dashboard from Johns Hopkins University, your COVID-19 dashboard. Global cases are 54,495,858. U.S. cases 11,038,998. Global deaths are 884. U.S. deaths are 224. And that is a look at your COVID-19 dashboard from Johns Hopkins University and Medicine. And now let's get to your news. Moderna announces initial phase 3 data showing its COVID-19 vaccine is up to 94.5% effective. Moderna's vaccine can be stored in a standard refrigerator, unlike Pfizer's. In another promising medical development, the biotechnology company Moderna has announced its COVID-19 vaccine could be up to 94% effective. The news comes a week after Pfizer announced its vaccine could be up to 90% effective, based on similar early analysis from its phase 3 trial. Trial in France for extremists foiled by 3 Americans on train. An Islamic State operative has gone on trial in France on terror charges for shooting a passenger and carrying an arsenal of weapons aboard a high-speed train in 2015. An Islamic State operative went on trial Monday in Paris on terror charges for swaggering bar tested through a train in 2015 with an arsenal of weapons and shooting one passenger. He was brought down by 3 American vacationers in an electrifying capture that Clint Eastwood turned into a Hollywood trailer movie. Toll on Trump's defense comes into view. Trump's refusal to acknowledge the election results could have consequences. President Donald Trump has come close to conceding defeat a few times in recent days, if only indecently or individually. But the focus on Trump's tweets misses the point. The president's refusal to acknowledge that he lost the election has now extended into a second full week, and now come warnings of more significant consequences. Dow futures jump 500 points as Moderna says it's a highly effective COVID-19 vaccine as well. U.S. stock futures jumped Monday after Moderna said primarily trial data showed its coronavirus vaccine was more than 94% effective. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's talk about the weather. Catastrophic Hurricane Iota in the Caribbean could become Category 5 storm. Iota is forecast to make landfall in Nicaragua Monday night, and it could become a Category 5 storm. And now let's take a look at the weather across the United States right now. And here's a look at the weather across the United States for all of you right now. In Boston, it is 51 degrees and sunny with a few clouds. New York, 54 degrees and sunny. Washington, D.C., 56 degrees and sunny. Atlanta, 61 degrees and sunny. Jacksonville, Florida, 75 degrees and sunny. Tampa Bay, Florida, 83 degrees with some sun and a few clouds. In Miami, Florida, 83 degrees with sun and a few clouds. In Dallas, Texas, 70 degrees, sunny. In Phoenix, it will be 89 degrees and sunny. In Las Vegas, 78 degrees and sunny. Los Angeles, 88 degrees and sunny. In San Francisco, 69 degrees and cloudy. And that is a look at the weather across the United States for all of you for this Monday. And switching gears now, let's talk about how to survive any holiday dinner with family. Let's take a listen to that video from Good Morning America. Let's take a look.
There really is no shortage of irony to the fact that Thanksgiving, which is supposed to be about gratitude and showing love for your family, often devolves into an utter food fight. So I've got some quick and easy tips designed to help you survive and even thrive during the annual holiday meal. Don't try to change anybody's mind. If you go into any given discussion aiming to win or to prove somebody wrong or to make them look like a fool or to try to get them to drop their core values, it's unlikely to work. Make I statements instead of truth statements. So, for example, you can say, I'm really worried that my taxes will go up. That's better than saying your candidate is an irredeemable socialist who will tax all of us into oblivion. Here's another tip. It's a little bit similar to the one I just gave you, but it's actually crucial in and of itself. Don't characterize the other person's point of view. Just talk about your own point of view. So, for example, you might say, I'm really worried about climate change. Instead of saying, you don't care at all about the future of planet Earth and you're dooming your grandchildren to living in one giant desert. So the point of all this is to reach something called accurate disagreement. You don't need to win. You don't need to dunk on your loudmouth uncle. None of that is the point here. The point is to understand how somebody else feels, which, by the way, has the nice byproduct of preserving your relationship. And here's a little side practice that, in my opinion, can turbocharge all of this for you. Meditation. The first step is to find a reasonably quiet place, probably not at the dinner table, where you can sit, again, reasonably quietly and close your eyes. Step number 2 is to bring your full attention to the feeling of your breath coming in and going out. Just pick one spot where your breath is most prominent, like your chest or your belly or your nose. And you don't have to think about your breath. You're just feeling the raw data of the physical sensations, the belly rising and falling, the chest rising and falling, the air entering and exiting the nostrils. And then here's step 3. As soon as you try to do this, your mind will enter into mutiny mode and you will have all sorts of random thoughts like, what's for dinner? Do I need a haircut? The whole game is just to notice when you've become distracted and to start again and again and again. And this is like a bicep curl for your brain, and it shows up on the brain scans of people who meditate. The whole point is just to notice how wild your mind is, because when you see how wild your mind is, you're less owned by all of the inner cacophony. What does all of this have to do with holiday dinner? Because the more visibility you have into your inner conversation, into the wildness of your own mind, the less yanked around you are by it. So your inner narrator might tell you to say something that's going to ruin the next 48 hours of your marriage, but you don't have to do it. And that is the power of mindfulness and meditation. To be clear, I can't make any hard and fast guarantees here. Nobody can. However, I am very optimistic that if you operationalize this advice, you will have a better chance of having a successful holiday meal. And at the very least, even if things go haywire, you will probably be at least a little bit calmer. So, good luck.
Okay, there you go. Good tips on how to survive a holiday dinner with family. Those are good tips there. Good. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into entertainment news. And in today's entertainment news, Harry Styles makes history as the first solo male to lead Vogue cover. Let's take a listen to that video from E! News.
Harry Styles makes history. Harry has done it again. He is now Vogue's first ever solo male cover star. The fashion icon continues to shatter gender norms. Harry, who poses in a Gucci gown on the cover, says, "There's clothes for men and there's clothes for women. Once you remove any barriers, obviously, you open up the arena in which you can play." The Adore You singer gushes about his love for clothes, telling Vogue, "Clothes are there to have fun with and experiment with and play with." He adds, "There's so much joy to be had in playing with clothes." The former One Direction star has been defying gender stereotypes for years, whether it's wearing nail polish and an earring to the Met Gala, rocking floral suits, or stepping out in his now famous pearl necklace. Gucci's creative director sounds off on the singer's signature style, explaining he's really in touch with his feminine side because it's something natural. He's a big inspiration to a younger generation. Harry also talks to Vogue about his love for meditation. He says it changed his life and has been beneficial for his mental health. When asked about the changes in 2020, Harry shares, "I think it's time for opening up and learning and listening," adding, "I think it's just a time right now where we could use a little more kindness and empathy and patience with people."
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Good information. Cool. Miss Demi Lovato jokes about getting unengaged at People's Choice Awards last night. Let's take a look at that video from Access Hollywood. And she was the host of People's Choice Awards last night as well.
Honestly, this year has been the longest 3 years of my life.
2020 has really been a journey for Demi Lovato. The OK to Not Be OK songstress hosted the People's Choice Awards this weekend, and she kicked off the show with a look back at her crazy year. Demi said things started out amazing. She performed at the Grammys and sung the national anthem at the Super Bowl.
But then COVID hit and everything shut down, so I did what everyone else did. I went into lockdown mode and got engaged.
Demi, of course, is referring to her whirlwind engagement to Max Eric after months of dating in quarantine. Their engagement ended up being a short one. They split in September. She humorously referenced the breakup while listing some of her other news from lockdown.
Didn't know this could happen, but I reached the end of Instagram 4 times. I binged 7 seasons of Pretty Little Liars, got unengaged, and then I went looking for aliens in the desert. So basically the same as everyone else.
Demi seems to have come out of the heartbreak as resilient as ever. Days after news broke, she released the empowering ballad Still Have Me. She also made her first big public appearance post-split at the Billboard Music Awards last month, where she sang the powerful and politically charged song Commander-in-Chief. And as she took the stage at the PCAs, she was showered with love from none other than Jimmy Fallon. The late-night host joined in virtually and called Demi his BFF. And he even tweeted his support right then and there.
Go, Demi. Hashtag PCA? Sure.
Okay, there you go. Very cool. And now let's take a look at those celebrity birthdays for today. Let's see which celebrities are celebrating a birthday today. And happy birthday to all of these celebrities. We hope they have a wonderful birthday and a wonderful day. And that does it for this edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Thank you for joining us for this Monday edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Have a great rest of your Monday. See you back here tomorrow for another edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Goodbye, everyone.